tired of being a complete while watching Formula One? Do you want to understand how this sport works? Don't worry, I'm your solution. My name is Renata and I've been watching Formula One for a really long time. This section called Formula One for Rookies, I'll explain and show everything you have to know to understand Formula One in the easiest way possible. So lights out and away we go.
And it's lights out and away we go.
So first things first, Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsport. These cars go over 300 kilometers per hour, making them the fastest cars in the world. Over the season, we have 25 races, the majority of them being in Europe. But there also are in Australia, the Middle East, Asia, and America. The United States counting with 3 of them, then the Brazilian Grand Prix, and obviously the Mexican Grand Prix.
Lucharán a 2 de 3 caídas sin límite de tiempo.
There are 2 types of circuits. The normal circuit, which is going to be in the normal track we know, and the street circuits, which means it's going to be literally in the middle of the road. Some examples are Monaco, Las Vegas, and Singapore. There are going to be 20 drivers and 10 scuderias, which are the teams we know: Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Aston Martin, and more. And each scuderia is going to have 2 drivers. Throughout the season, we're going to have 2 different championships: the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. For the Drivers' Championship, every single driver, including their teammates, are going to fight amongst themselves to get the most points to win at the end of the season. For the Constructors' Championship, it's really easy. Both drivers of each scuderia are going to sum up their points, and that's the points they're going to have for the Constructors' Championship. Now we'll pass to the GP schedule. A Formula One Grand Prix is a 3-day event. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If it's in the Middle East, it's going to be an exception because they're respecting the Ramadan. So it's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But normally it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Anyhow, on Friday we're going to have 2 free practices. Free practice number 1 and free practice number 2. The free practices aren't very exciting as a normal person watching. It is more for the team and for the driver. It is useful because with that, the driver and the team can make strategies to know what the types of tires are they going to use, etc. But it's mostly for the team. Now, on Saturdays, we're going to have another 2 events, which are going to be the free practice number 3 and the qualification, or as we know it, the quali. The quali is a 1-hour-long event, but it's going to be divided into 3 sections of 15 minutes each. And it has the Q1, Q2, and Q3. With the quali, we will know the race start at the next day basing on the position of the driver. But let me explain how does it work. In the Q1, all the 20 drivers are going out on the track and they're going to try the best to do the best time they can with the car. For the 5 last slowest cars, they're going to be eliminated, which means from the 20th till the 15th. When the Q2 ends, the slowest drivers from 15th till 10th are going to be eliminated. And finally, with the Q3, all the 10 drivers are going again in the track to try to make the best time they can. And with that, we can know the position in which the drivers are going to start at the next day in the race. An important concept that we have to know is what is pole position. This comes in the qualification. The driver that ends up in the quali in the first place, it's going to have the pole position, which is just basically that he got the first place. And finally, race day. It's going to be on Saturday and it's around 2 hours probably. It will depend on how many laps does the track has. Race day for the F1 fans is the most exciting day of all. The adrenaline takes all over our bodies because we're expecting lots of fighting and lots of action on track. And obviously, who wouldn't like to see its favorite driver win a Formula One Grand Prix? Mainly when it's his home race. Something we have to know about Formula One is that it has many flags. But because you are a rookie, I'm going to explain you just the 4 most important flags, which are red, yellow, green, and blue. When the yellow flag comes up, it means that something has happened in the track. There's either a crash or a lot of debris on the track. The drivers can't overpass and they have to slow their speed. The green flag means that everything's okay and the race is back to normal. The red flag means something really bad has happened. So the drivers, they need to go back to the box and wait until the race can start again. And finally, the blue flag. You can watch it more when it comes to the race and the qualification. During the quali, it's really normal to watch it. When a driver is doing its fast lap and there's another driver that already did it, that one driver has to be notified by his engineers to tell him that the other driver needs to go pass through. His engineers will tell him that there's a blue flag, so the driver needs to let the other driver pass through, which is basically not to interrupt him. We're almost reaching the end of this video, so we have a little bit of concepts that we have to know. DNF stands for did not finish. This is normal to watch it in races. When a driver had an issue with his car or did crash and he couldn't finish the race, then it was a DNF, which stands for did not finish. DRS. DRS stands for drag reduction system. A DRS is a part of the car, this part of the car, that it opens so the car can gain more speed as the air passes through it. So it makes the car go even faster. Formula 1 has 5 types of different tires. They're going to be used depending on the weather. So for the normal days, we're going to use the soft, hard, and medium tires. And when it's rainy, we're going to use the intense or the wets. There's not that much of water in the track, we're going to use the intense. But if it's a lot of water, then we're going to use the wets. Now, pits and box. The pits is an area in the circuit, in every single circuit, where all the teams and garages are located. What is a box? Or, as we heard it, box. It is a pit stop, where the mechanics are going to change tires or fix a part of the car. So that's when we hear...
So box.
What is a halo? A halo is a part of the car that is located on top of the driver's cockpit. In 2014, during the Japanese Grand Prix, a terrible accident happened to the driver, Jules Bianchi, where he impacted under a crane with his car. He injured his head, and the only thing protecting him was his helmet. After a few months in coma, he passed away. The FIA and Mercedes team developed the halo after the accident to protect the drivers. Nowadays, it is extremely useful and important to remain the driver's safety. Without it, by now, we would have lost many of them. Although this sport is really dangerous, it gives us the best times of our lives. We've reached the end of this tutorial. I hope it helped you understand Formula 1 and fall in love with the sport as much as I do.